At shike doshadina she alvina fisanyanisha. Lazafana nishla, ki ani bashichin, hashkana zoe e dashiche do todachini e dashanella. Shama doshaje e Florinda Newland do avin fisan wilya. Shama sana doshache e Jane do Adikai begay wilya da do Chanella has teen do Chanella adza a Leon do Rose fisan wilya da. Hello everyone, my name is Alvina Fusen. Um, I am a 2017 Page High School graduate. On behalf of the Native American Heritage Community and the PUSD staff, I would like to thank you guys for joining us this evening. Tonight, we have prepared various inspirational messages as well as entertainment for you guys. I will be performing the national anthem in Navajo, so I will hope you guys enjoy. Yashodatlol no dos nobis sondes nabayet haya bit awniya got einige neje in de bahin de tadlili aholaga benelita bazeta halade heya beda si osen tone hadas and tosende toshi ei so betsenel go anat aholado nehekeya bikiki kan hojo
Senegi da taosthagishi do yat e do leshat e she Eli Sakodi e dashilne e shije do ebi tode na sha do nasht e tropaha e inshle e dashama ko and ado bashis chinigi e klogi de na e bashis chin e dashisha shije yaje ado shichegi e shimapa jegi e trote chini e dashiche ado na shenale sti e kintlichi in le tseho zonde nanga not Window Rock, but there's another Window Rock over here, White Mesa e kwagi le Tonalea do was chicho on the north side, Kwagi. So the ones that are familiar with this area, that's where the Sakotis I come from. And our last name, Sakoti, Tsikoti Hastin, Bitsale, that's how we got that last name. He had a haircut like this, like a Pueblo hairstyle, to blend in with the Hopis and the Pueblo people long time ago, to obtain goods like hay, like canned foods, like water, So that's how we got that last name, Tsi. That's how he was recognized. He was known by his Navajo name like that. And Tso ne Eta Shinesa. So that being said, a big water man raised me. His name is Raymond Chi. And le look at you that naga. Do Greece with do. So I was raised in this area that is in Ntsaago with Yegi. So in the area of the dam, but Page, Arizona. Do Kadesh my home site is Lake Ebitode at Kaibito. Adishagan. So I'd just like to greet you guys and where I'm from. And my first language, to be honest with each and every one of you, was English. That was my very first language. And then as I learned Navajo, it wasn't until I got into the construction field and Navajo language and how I wanted to learn that. Actually, it chose me to say, you're going to learn this language. So that being said, when I was in the construction field, I didn't know a lick of Navajo. I didn't know, I even struggled, even if Yate was even the right thing to greet. That's how non-speaking Navajo I was. But I worked with a man, his name was Roy, and he was an older gentleman, and he was a pipe fitter. And he told me, he told me, all I'm going to talk to you is in Navajo. That's what he said. That's all I'm going to do. I don't care if you're going to struggle with it. I don't care if you're going to be uncomfortable. He goes, that's my language and that's who I am. Just because I'm working with you doesn't mean I'm going to start talking English. But he said, with you, I'm going to talk only Navajo. And that's how I slowly began to learn like that, was from him. I was a pipe fitter helper for him. And so, anyways, fast forward. So today, I'd like to share a story. Long ago, once upon a time, before boarding school and before our name was a label. Now our name is a label. Like we go into Walmart, oh, there's Heinz ketchup. Oh, there's Dunkin' Donuts coffee. It's a label. It's like a product of a government, of an industry. In order to have organization in this United States government, that was their idea long ago. Everybody's going to have a label. Everybody's got to have a number. Keep some organization, some management. And it's understandable. We have to have that. But before that became very, very serious, the way our names were was by characteristic. That was how we were identified each other in our Navajo culture. For example, right when the first man, first woman, and even after that, when Asana Tleheto Yoskaisa, changing woman, white shell woman, before she made all the first you guys, your Navajo teacher probably told you that story already, so I'm not going to go retell it to you guys. You guys already know that. But the point of the story of this one is that they were told, your name is Nuhoka Denetlashlai, Earth surface people with 5 fingers. He said, this finger is you. This one's your mom. This one's your dad. This one is your mom's parents. This one's your dad's parents. This part is birth, puberty, adulthood, old age. So this part, the adulthood one, also represents marriage. Although before the United States government boarding school said, we're going to teach you anatomy and teach you physiology. These are called knuckles now. So before the United States government identify our whole body. We had our own view of what our body meant. And a lot of it is not being taught out there. Di to kosli the bensa to. So these are the 4 sacred mountains. So sisna jinnet so zillo kosli the bensa, the 4 sacred mountains. Di zil pakagi yasalon do leh don't need that moisture. But that Tuasan, Tutin, Tuba Adigi, Halon do leh, Zede Dish 8 do leto. So he said, from this sacred moisture, this snow is going to create a female river. So this blood flow is this bloodline on our hand, on this side, represents the Colorado River and the Rio Grande River. It goes to our spirit, that's a male, and it goes to our soul, that's a female. No, this side, this side is a male river, and that goes to our spirit, that's a male, and that goes to our soul, that's a female. So this one is the Little Colorado River and also the San Juan River. Like one day when we hear our older people, our loved ones, they say, it's a little bit more than just take care of yourself. It means watch your mouth. Because the top of our mouth right here, that's a mountain. Below it is a basket where we were first, the first man and first woman were first created. When they sung the first man to life, and they sung the first woman to life. That's going to be, that's what your lip represents. So we divide us in half. Like the old age, that sacred being towards the end of life, when life is that road, that like it's a male spirit. Is female. So maybe like winter, even like summer, spring, the beauty way. So even with that teaching be said, when you see a dollar bill, this side there's a dead person on there. It's all white. That represents the winter solstice. Right in the corner up here of the dollar bill, where it arches like this. So right there's an owl. There's a reason why he's in our life. He's on our side. But he warns us of bad things, also good things. When he hoots in the morning, it's a good thing. And when he hoots at night, he's letting you know there's some bad things around. You better take care of it, either in within you or your home, or you need to diagnose your lifestyle. On the green side of the dollar bill, that represents the summer solstice. And then on that side of the dollar bill, there's an eagle on there. So there's two birds. There's that eagle and that owl, and they're on that dollar bill. And one side is winter solstice, one side is summer solstice. And that money flow, it's very important to learn to take care of that. Always have a plan for your money, because if you don't, the money will make a plan for you, and it will put you where you don't want to go. It'll put you in debt. It'll take you into places where you're going to feel scared, even afraid, or that's why you need to always have that discipline, to have that, tell it where to go, have a plan for it. So it's even in our songs, our life, When you sing that, even that, like, Nahosam Beyin. So that song, I'm kind of nervous right now. So, but how that song goes, that part, so that part is like having a plan to old age. Having a plan for the beauty way. So always having a plan when it's in our songs and it's in our way of life. So that being said, also the fireplace. We were told, so grandpa fire and grandma fire. And we were told that if you believe in this, you will have everlasting life. So no disrespect, but before we even knew of a Jesus Christ, before we even knew of what happened over the great ocean, what happened over there, before we knew of any of that, this fireplace was our everlasting way of belief and living in life. But now we know, and even I myself respect and honor that Christian ways of belief. There is good teachings in there. But that being said, this fireplace right here, we're told that this is the most powerful and innocent tool that we can give Navajo man and Navajo woman. They were sitting together. First man, first woman. And they said, this is the fireplace of Navajo psychology of the early dawn. This is the fireplace of Navajo philosophy during the day for the planning. This is the fireplace of Navajo sociology for life at sunset. This is the fireplace of Navajo ethics for at night. And that's not for restriction, that's for our protection. Why do we always feel like this is the non-Navajo way of thinking when someone says, go in there? That non-Navajo part comes in and says, watch me, I'm going to go over there and do it. Because that's the way we have to make a living now. But before these other non-Navajos taught us their way of living, taught us how to be daring and fierce and have no fear. We had that respect to the land. Though our grandmothers and grandpas used to say, you don't go over there. And our mothers and my uncles, I remember them, they didn't go over there. But now everybody goes over there. When they told, no, you can't do that, they'll say, are you kidding me? Watch me. So that's where we have come. But back to the fireplace to conclude. That morning, God said there's going to be an energy in the middle between the both of you as man and woman and in this fireplace. Where the fire is, that's the male. Where all that seed, that's the female. And he said, that energy is called a yo'otnet love. And he said to the man, the way you're going to understand that love is through respect. You have to use your psychology, your philosophy, your sociology, your ethics to earn that respect. Because once you feel that respect as a man, you'll feel love. And you work for it and you earn it. That's how we understand love as men, is through respect. That's the one way. There's others too behind it. But then he told the woman, the way you're going to understand a yo'otnet love as a woman, he said, is through affection. When you show affection, and even as young boys, our first girlfriend, our first relationship and experience with a woman is our mother, even the earth woman, and our mom and our grandma. We show that affection to them as a young boy. And then it gets more complex as we get older. So that's in that fireplace. So that's why there's that miscommunication, because a woman understands through her ear, a man through his eyes. So that's why they feel like they're listening to each other. But actually, if we could just say he understands like this, she understands like that, I think that would really change our relationships with among our Navajo people. So, well, I kind of loosened up as we were going. It's been a long time telling stories to a camera like this and stuff, or even on the phone here. So, you guys have a good day. Wear your mask, wash your hands. We can get out of this pandemic, and we have overcome a lot of things as Navajo people. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yatse shikero shidene she Timothy Benali inishya Bilagana nishla bitani vashin Bilagana dashiche arot orukoje dashinale aro look at nitel edasha. Good morning, everyone. My name is Timothy Benali. I am a senior at Penn State University, and during this COVID period, I have also been blessed with the opportunity to work for the Navajo Nation Office of the Speaker as a public information officer. I come here to you today from the beautiful Round Rock, Arizona, which is not Ntsaago or Ganado, Arizona, but another place that I grew up in, and actually where my family is from, more specifically my father's side of the family. At Penn State University, I have had the wonderful opportunities to get some accomplishments going, such as making the Dean's List for about 6 semesters in a row now. Another accomplishment that I've gotten to accomplish is becoming Unity's top 25 under 25 awardee. I have become Penn State's first Native American Udall Scholar in the healthcare category, and most recently I have started the Indigenous Peoples Student Association. So at Penn State University, I have gotten the amazing opportunities to accomplish a lot of really great things for somebody at 22 years old. The first of which being I was able to publish my first academic paper as a McNair Scholar under Penn State's clinical psychology program. I have been able to achieve Unity's top 25 under 25 award. I have become one of Penn State's first Native American Udall Scholar recipients, which was a big accomplishment in the sense that I was able to do it through mental health care and began to advocate on campus as a Udall Scholar. Another thing I've been able to do is make the Dean's List for about 6 semesters in a row now. And most recently, I founded and am now president of the Indigenous Peoples Student Association at University Park, which is the main campus. Founding the Indigenous Peoples Student Association, or IPSA, has been an extraordinary opportunity, considering that previously there was no other programs to help Native American students in higher education at Penn State. And in the process of founding that organization, I've gained lots of support from the university, including 2 more Navajos who have come to Penn State and been able to help me with initiatives. And those 2 Navajos are Tracy Peterson and Dr. Holly Kulago. Tracy Peterson actually went to my high school of Ganado, and Dr. Kulago also came from Windrock, which was our rival high school. And so in that process, we've been able to create the university's first and only land acknowledgement for Penn State University. We have developed a working draft that has since gone through Penn State administration, been supported by the student council, and we are hoping we'll be able to create scholarships for descendants of those original tribes that inhabited Pennsylvania. We're hoping to get funding for a Native American Heritage Center on campus, and a bunch of other initiatives that we're hoping will make Penn State more inclusive, but not only more inclusive, but more supportive of Indigenous people. And although it was a lot of work on my part for the university, I was proud to do it, and proud to be a trailblazer in that sense, knowing that there was a lot of people that helped me get to Penn State and get to the accomplishments that I had just mentioned. However, a lot of the accomplishments that I've been able to achieve over the past couple years, they didn't start when I stepped foot on campus. They weren't handed to me, and they weren't something that people just gave to me. They actually started here on the Great Navajo Nation. Currently, like I mentioned, this is Round Rock, Arizona, and where my family grew up herding sheep. I would come here to ride horses and wrangle cows, as you might be able to see in the background here in a bit. But it really started with that character development of coming out to the sheep camp and chopping wood and following my grandmother's tedious instructions, and really building that character. And in the same sense, with that character development came a sense of purpose that I feel propelled me to stages like Penn State, and in high school as a 3-sport athlete, and also as a valedictorian. And so it was really that purpose, that sense of purpose, and that motivation, and that drive that I learned here in these canyons, and with the stories of my ancestors and their resilience throughout the generations. Really propelled me to a lot of important stages in my life. And so, going to a small reservation school in Ganado, which I should mention may trigger some people, considering that back in high school, Ganado and Page were huge rivals. And I have to say, we beat you guys 4 times, but you guys did get us back with that regional championship. But I'll just leave it at that. But going to such a small school in Ganado High School, I really didn't have many opportunities to gain AP credit for college. I didn't have a lot of college prep, and really I felt that I didn't have a lot of resources to prepare me for life after high school. And I used to see that as a big disadvantage, and I thought I wanted to go to bigger schools or prep schools that would better prepare me for the future. But what I didn't realize is that going to a small reservation school and living on the Navajo reservation, where things are tough, and sometimes the nearest grocery store is over an hour away, and and I watch people struggle with things like limited water, electricity, Wi-Fi, and things that the rest of America seems to have easily. Realizing that, or I used to think that it was a disadvantage to live on the Navajo reservation, because I wasn't getting a lot of these resources. But once I stepped foot on Penn State University, I realized that I had everything that I needed just because I grew up here and grew up learning to find the beauty in the struggle, and realize that the character that I built gave me the strength and motivation to learn anything. And I had a mentor once tell me that you can always sit down and learn something. You can always sit down and learn a chapter of calculus. You can always sit down and write a paper or figure out how to write a paper. But a sense of purpose is something that nobody can really teach you, and nobody can instill in you. And just being able to learn about my culture really gave me that purpose. As I look around here in Round Rock, I can probably tell you a story about each and every one of these rocks and canyons and landmarks, and even the dwellings and the people who live here. I remember I grew up hearing a lot of these stories, especially when it came to my ancestors and the Anasazi, who were able to survive out here, and not only survive but thrive out here. So the unique landscape here provided those opportunities for my ancestors to go and escape their enemies, and to be able to take care of their families. I remember one of my favorite stories that I learned here was that in these very long canyons, they're called box canyons because there's no way out of them. My dad told me that some of my ancestors were great runners, and what they would do is they'd create a relay team, and they would go and one person would start chasing a deer from the beginning of the canyon, and they would chase him as fast and as hard as they could until they got to the next person, and then the next person would go and they would chase the deer, and that relay would just continue until the deer was thoroughly tired out, and they would go and they would rope the deer, and they would kill it like that. Lessons I've come to realize that I really am my ancestors' wildest dreams, and through the generations it's taken a level of brave and courage to be able to provide for our families, and to be able to make a or give the opportunity for future generations.
Hojon dolet na sanchma shija dien lini dien de na lini san na gaibik e hojon dolet ta shabik en lon ha a te shada a na hokos ni itni ya atni ni hik e hojon dolet na san bini na che benit e dolet ni hiket a te an kiti traji hayot kal nini na hodet is na hodet so Charles Hill Shanahol Aw, Beninachin, Benit Edole, Tratadina Teen, Is Kae, Bikehojon La, Beninachin Eya, Benas, Nane Katole, Sisnajene, Sotzil, Doko Aslid, the Bensa, Dienzel, Bikehojon La, Beninachin, Ben hits Ibizil Dole, Nihit Sekens Lini, Nihit Isl Nini, Shik A, Benashni Dole. Tchitni, Hilchitni, okay, Lezatlana, Beninachi Eyaha, Sits Ibizil Dolel, Beshataya Hot Dolel, Shema, Shaja, Shade, Sitzilike, Shadeje, Nahalchine, Shadake, Shiche, Shik Ed Altwaje, Ahiaha, Beninachi Benched Dolel, Beshataya Hot Dolel, Benas, Nana Stal Dolel, Hojon Lam. Beninachin Eyaha, Tradadina Teen Lini, Dahilt Aw, Nade Katolel, Nihigalin it, Nihinanishin it, Babik e Hojon Dolel, Nihil Nada Hojon Dolel, Bitch Chodazin Holon, Bitch Bein Sin Holon, Bitch Be Ahine Katolel, Be Nas Nane Katolel, Beninachin Eyaha, Shik Ein Lini Benashni Dolel, the Nebikeya, Hojon Lam. Aman lini beda ilya dolel adobitichigi telke amado ja amasane ache tashabik ehlon dago shigo ag ego khaije nahol aw hojon la na hasan shema lini beninachen nihi galin dati igi nihi na nishin dati igi da inil thaigi be na ha alya dolel ni hidil shitolel ni hijay bidil shitolel bini nachin yaha bashil hojon dolel na san shema shajaat yin lini hach elti hach ewan ya aheni zi dolel beshil hojon do bini nachin yaha be benched dolel bini nachin yaha Nijone ina isla dolel beninache bechip sitzil dolel beninache ahil aw nenade katolel nihitsodizin nehadi dolel ala bedo zenit eda an khajo baiye alahut eende, nas nane katolel, nas bebechit nihitzil dolel, nas becho ba inizi dolel, nas bebeni nache bencht edolel, sa ahnagen lini, hojon lansen. Hojonahasli, 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 Hojonahasli.
Yat Shay Joseph Sikoti in Isha, Tabahan Ishlan, do Toricini Bashashin, do Tisla Dashache, do Kitlachini Dashanella. Hello, my name is Joseph Sikoti, and this here is Jerry Canty. He's from the Catawba tribe from South Carolina, and this here is also Michael Red Bear, Lakota Sioux and Ani, originally from Montana. So the song that I want to share for you guys is known as a veteran song, and also an honor song. We shared a song in a way of being thankful and remembering and acknowledging of all those who have fought in battle and those who have fallen in battle. If you guys have any family members, loved ones, or friends who are currently serving in any armed forces or who have served in the armed forces before, it's a good time to think about them throughout the song and be thankful for them. Thank you.
My heart beats for my purpose of coming here.
To learn more, to be better, and to live the life I always pray to have.
Today, we honor the heritage that is passed from your ancestors down to the next generations.
But most likely very familiar to what I grew up with.
My journey, our journey, starts by knowing that beyond the scenic beauty of the canyons,
more than the gorgeous desert and lakes of beautiful Page, Arizona, is the rich culture that continues to rise and grow.
With their warm smiles that come with understanding,
with the support that they have given us as their colleagues.
With the respect the kids have given us, it is an honor to get to know
one of the Native American tribes that is predominant in Page are the Navajos.
With these loving people that surrounds us daily.
Actually, we never felt that this is not our home. For in them, we saw a bit of our traits, our home trainings, and our childhood memories.
Yat shik edo shne she lino foot racing she ho he cleaning the she to hanagati bashichin tworich idi eda she do kintle chini eda shnale ninle tsasa an de na sha nana ahot sade shagan. Greetings, I'm Mr. Foot Racer. I'm Water Flows Together clan. My father's One Who Walks About You clan. My mother's father is Bitterwater, and my father's father is Red House clan. I'm originally from Lupton, Arizona, but I reside here in Page. When I was a kid, my Aunt Elsie Foot Racer, she got after me at a dinner, and I guess there was no seats for the elders. There weren't enough. So she told me I need to stand up and give up my seat. And at a time when I was young, I didn't understand why I had to stand up. I thought I was just happy eating. But now that I'm older, I'm becoming an adult, I see what my elders were teaching me when I was younger. And the whole thing is respect.
As a child, I was taught to respect our elders, our parents especially, or our aunties, uncles, whoever that is older than us. We should pay high respect to those people. And during, if ever there are visitors coming to our house and they have conversations, we should not be joining with the conversations or with the discussion, and we need to wait for our turn until we are called to talk to them. And also, Philippines is using public transportation. Whenever there is an elderly who comes into a public transportation or a public transport, we should give in our seat if there are no seats available, and that the younger one should stand up or should find another seat. And when somebody is older than us, we should always call them by not their first name. We should always call them auntie, uncle, grandpa, tito, tita, tia. We should always address them with something. And it is rude to call them by their first name. And also, we always use the word po at opo. It symbolizes that we have to respect to whatever their statements or whatever they say to us. We should always give our respect to them.
Yat ano so she Navarina Grey Eyes Boshanian she Aqua Page Unified School District Shananish Chinapitan Dashnish. Thank you all for coming. I want to welcome all of you guys. She Sheen Shlonlak Abashichin. You see Natsas Anda Nasha. We live in multi-generational homes, and look out for not only our elders but also the children that aren't biologically ours, which could be siblings or other cousins. So our extended family is very important.
In Filipino household, it is common to find 3 generations living together. For the grandparents play a large role in raising their grandchildren, most especially if the parents are working. And extended family really live closer to one another, and usually they go to gatherings all together.
Family ties are very strong. Each family member is bound to follow rules set by the household. Parents and children help each other. Assistance from the relatives come in the form of cooperation and support, which is the very foundation of the value called bayanihan.
You have to be aware, and my grandparents also, they used to teach, don't wait to be told to do something. Look around you. Be aware of things that are there.
We Filipinos have the initiative to do our work without being told, and we always find joy and positivity in everything that we do. In the Philippines, education is very important for our future because no matter where we work, we Filipinos have the reputation for being excellent employee and trustworthy team members.
Another similarity that I see is also the umbilical cord and how we identify ourselves as our homestead, not physically in location, but in where our umbilical cord is buried and how we identify ourselves as Asan or Hastin.
Filipino moms wrap the umbilical cords of their babies to the house beam. The umbilical cords should be lined up together because we believe that when our babies grow up, whenever they go and have their own families, they will still be connected and should find ways to get in touch with their brothers and sisters.
In Navajo, there's always two handshakes. The first handshake is to identify like hello, greeting, and then after you introduce yourself in Navajo, you tell your clans, and then you're able to identify how you're related and to get those kin relationships. But going to respect, we hope that each young person, you know your clans, you know who you are, you're aware of the adults in your life.
Mano or pagmamano is an honoring gesture used in Filipino culture, performed as a sign of respect to elders and as a way of requesting a blessing from the elder. Similar to hand kissing, the person giving the greeting bows towards the hand of the elder and presses their forehead on the elder's hand.
Mabuhay is a Filipino greeting usually expressed as Mabuhay. It is done by placing your right hand over your left chest and saying the word. Buhay means life or to live. In the Philippines, we use this expression to welcome guests and honor and greet friends and people. We use this also to show respect and honor.
So another similarity in between the Navajo culture and the Filipino culture would be what our students have to go through after school. The importance of school is stressed, but as well as having to get home and fulfill those family obligations of helping with the livestock, feeding the livestock, as well as maintaining the homestead and keeping the home clean. And it's also important in the Navajo culture that the kids help with preparing the food and also getting those first-hand experiences that will help them when they leave home to be well equipped to be taking care of themselves and also their own families.
Filipino children are trained to do work at a really young age. There is a list of chores assigned to them. This will teach them responsibility, cooperation, self-reliance, and patience.
Like, for example, having household chores, like scrubbing the floor, washing the dishes, doing laundry, and sweeping the floor. They also help in the farm, like bringing their cattle in the river, feeding the pigs, the chickens, and the goats.
So make sure you check on your elders, you chop wood for them, you ask them how they're doing, you bring food to their house, you never come empty-handed. That's what they teach, and I think that's a big similarity too between Filipino culture. You always come with a gift. Don't come empty-handed to your relative's home. Get ready, and if you don't have a gift, then you're also expected to serve. So if you just don't show up for a free meal, what are you gonna do? You can help butcher, you can help set the table, you can help serve people. So
Presentation is very important. We Filipinos would put considerable effort to make sure that our gifts are well presented and well wrapped. We would put extra effort, extra thought on the gifts that we give to our friends, to our families. Most of the time, we would give gifts that are practical to use. If we are receiving gifts from other people, usually we would put it away. We would thank the giver, and then we would open everything together.
Pasalubong can be any kind of gift. or souvenir that are being brought to your family or friends and is not compulsory and not even expected. The emphasis of pasalubong is the gladness of being reunited to your loved ones, and at the same time, the relief of being back home safe.
Today, we honor the heritage that is passed from your ancestors down to the next generations.
In the same manner that the teachings of our parents in the Philippines will always be engraved in our hearts forever.
Buong mundo may mapuntahan,
may hindi mapapalitan. Iisa ang pinanggalingan, puso ng perlas ng silangan. Walang katulad na pag-alaga, walang katulad na pag-aruga. Taos pusong malasakit, walang inasahang kapalit. Pusong Pilipinas, may ganda walang kupas. Pusong Pilipino, naniningning sa gilas. The heart of the Filipino shining through. Filipino teachers shining through. The heart of the Filipino shining through. Oh, babangon sa bawat pagkakataon, ngingiti anuman ang panahon. Lilipad para abutin ang lahat. Puso walang pagod tumanggap, magbigay, mangarap. Pusong Pilipinas, may gandang walang kupas. Pusong Pilipino, nagniningning sa gilas. The heart of the Filipino shining through. Filipino teachers shining through. The pusong Pilipino, may gandang walang kupas. The pusong Pilipino, nagniningning sa gilas. The heart of the Filipino shining through. Filipino teachers shining through. The heart of the Filipino shining through. Oh, the heart of the Filipino shining through. Oh, the heart of the Filipino. The heart of the Filipino. The heart of the Filipino.
In Filipino culture, there's the idea of bayanihan. This refers to a group or a community coming together and helping one another to achieve a common, greater goal. It promotes a culture of collaboration and empowerment of every individual through teamwork, innovation, and action. In line with this, we will be performing a dance named Tiklos. Tiklos is the Waray equivalent to the bayanihan. Groups of people work for somebody without hoping for anything in return. They work odd jobs like clearing forests, digging the earth for wells, moving a nipa hut to a new location, or even building a house.
Alright, this is the Native American hoop dance, and the hoop dance came from the Taos Pebble tribe from New Mexico. And what they did is they would collect the vines from the willow branches, shape them into hoops, and with these hoops they storytell them. So in this dance you guys will see different patterns and formations as I go from design to design. You guys will see animals, creatures, insects, and plants, and all these living things all have to die in order for us to live. Alright, we're good.
shina amasan ache adnale aro amado aja just case achina yaja tanol seligi yat e Arnold Tso Dyson Ntsaago Shea Talaba Bigay and Shia Ado na Anshiniki e Tlashinchle Kia Ani e Bashashin Na Kaidane Dashanal Tachini Dashache Ado Akode Not Ani Nasdat Nasha Dibik East Hoyede Shiahol A Manchle Shich e Nast e Benache Bahens and Oba Ants and a Manchle Ado Ohut e a Mado the Nadal Bala Ashla Inshle Ado a Yahatla. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being with me this beautiful day, this evening. And I just wanted to say, you know, it's a beautiful thing to have children. Alalik eho nahalo. Wa alchana holo. Ben sikhes holo. Bejay holo. Benat holo. You know, our kids are very sacred. And I just wanted to share that with you all. I know we faced tough times during this pandemic, this epidemic that happened. Please, parents, please encourage your kids daily to go to school. That's all you need to say. Just those little words. You know, when they wake up, don't say, "Get up, go to school." You don't need to yell at them. You know, I'm sure they know they have to go to school. You know, it's how you use your words and how you talk to your kids. Those little words can go a long ways for your kids. It can encourage them in the morning when they wake up. From when they wake up and you talk softly to them. But no. But that's how they're going to take it further. Even for those that are non-speaking, that don't speak the language of the Nepazad, you know, you also can learn through this. As we're home, as we're quarantined, as we're doing our stay-at-home orders, please continue to practice to teach our kids and even learn with them the Navajo culture, the teachings. You know, my grandma always says, you know, when you wear turquoise, the Indana watches you. And they say, they recognize you. So even those little teachings go a long ways for your kids. Like how you're supposed to wash your kids in the snow. When you get snow, you know, back then they didn't have running water. Long time ago, they didn't do that. So how they wash their faces is with the snow. So teach your kids those type of teachings. The little things go a long ways. So I wanted to share a few songs with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. For those of you that have veterans in your family, I like to share the song with you all. This first song I like to share is the Kotaker song. I composed this song quite a few years back. This was on my second album called Talaba Salutes to Veterans. This is a Navajo Kotaker song just to honor them. This song was composed when I was 14. Hey ya ya nga hey ya ya nga we ya hey ya ya nga we ya hey ya don't let the way lante don't let the way lante ne hey Kotakers touch penalty hey ya let it go tona te hol ya te ga ateka ne hey Kotakers ne hey chata sopa oh ya hey ya touch penalty hey ya we ya oh ya hey ya we ya oh ya hey ya don't let This next song I'd like to share is also a veteran song. Alright, this next song I'd like to share is a horse song. I know a lot of you probably have livestock, and some of you probably take care of your livestock. You know, when you go out there and you feed them, you talk to them. You know, they have their own stories, their songs, their teachings, their prayers. They're utilized in a lot of our ceremonies.